highly contagious and lethal.
The emergency alert system. This is not a test.
Hi, Alexander. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's early morning here and the sun's beaming in on my face.
Oh, jealous. I'm jealous.
Oh, where are you today?
I'm in Austin, Texas. The weather's pretty great here too, but I mean, I love Australia. I can't wait to get back. I'm trying to convince my publicist to convince Stan to fly me out for just no reason at all, so I can just enjoy Australia.
Are you listening, Stan? Are you
Yeah.
listening? Oh, look, well, I think the show's fantastic. It really hit home yesterday. I was watching it on Election Day, and B, I have a dog that I got at the height of the pandemic when we were all in lockdown called, wait for it, Lucky.
No.
Yeah.
I've actually, it's funny, I've never heard that name for a dog, but it's an amazing dog name.
Yeah, it is.
I love
he's
that.
an amazing
Yeah.
dog, actually. But anyway,
Oh,
totally
I
off
love
topic.
it. Well, I'm so glad. No, I'm so glad you like the show, and like trust me, I think that we've all experienced that. You know, it's like during the pandemic, my wife and I met, and within 9 months, we were married. I mean, I think
Oh,
that
wow, really?
it just kind of expedited the process for all the life changes. You know, so that's amazing.
Oh, wow, fantastic. I mean, that's God, what a story. So when did the scripts for Earth Abides first kind of cross your desk? Was our own pandemic still front of mind for you at that time?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think that there's always going to be some, you know, sort of a trauma that everybody's experienced through that. Like, you know, I mean, I know the lockdown was not easy, especially in Australia for you guys, and Canada was similar. And I think I was in the middle of shooting Bad Boys 4, and I got a call from a manager saying that we're so very different film, and I got a call from a manager saying, you know, Michael Wright's very interested in you playing Ish for Earth Abides, and Michael had seen my work on Vikings, where I got to show this tremendous arc from, you know, the ages of, you know, early teens to 40s, and I always said that there's no way I'll ever get a chance to do something like that again, and of course, fate would have it that's exactly what I got to do again, and on a totally different level. And I was told about the book, and I had the name rang a bell, but I'd never read it. And the second I saw the cover of the book, I knew instantly that I'd seen it before. Immediately read it, felt, you know, totally in love with it. I felt like it was just biblical, and I couldn't believe that it was written in 1949.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and I just felt he said to me, "Listen, you have to do this. It's the greatest opportunity for an actor, and it's gonna be the hardest thing you ever do." Yeah, and he was right on all accounts. I'm so grateful that I did it, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I'm so proud of it.
Gosh, that first episode is a real sucker punch. It's just incredible and beautiful and haunting and just terrifying in a lot of ways. It was interesting because the screener that I saw had a little introduction from the producers beforehand saying, you know, introducing the show and what it was about. And I'm glad that they had that before, because I went into it thinking it might just be like a lot of other kind of post-apocalyptic shows, and it's clearly not like that at all.
No.
So, I mean, what would you say to anyone that might have a bit of apocalypse TV fatigue watching this show?
No, I mean, listen, I love the monster shows as much as the next guy, and I love post-apocalyptic shows, but I totally get it. This just isn't that remotely. I mean, this is what would actually happen if a pandemic wiped out 98% of the population. You know, what would you do? And I'd be willing to bet that most of us had asked ourselves that question. You know, what would I have done if COVID just didn't end and just took out everybody? You know, and these are the things that we explore here. It's like this is about people. There's no zombies. There's no monsters. It's about, what do you do if you have to start again? And what is life? You know, what is actually important in life? And, you know, at a time when I feel like, you know, we're more divided than I think most of us would like. If there's any message that I hope gets through from the show, it's the importance of each other and of community. And Ish, being a solitary guy who loves being a solitary guy, realizes very quickly that he only loves it when it's not forced upon him, and the next thing he has to do is fight for the survival of himself and humanity, and he goes searching for others. And we explore what happens when another tribe comes in and somebody on that tribe wants to destroy everything you've built. What happens when the animals take back the earth that belonged to them? These are the things that we get to explore in the show. What happens when you have to give birth to your first child and you have no hospital around? I mean, to me, I'm like, that's why I was drawn to this. I was like, this show has never been made, and that's why I love it so much. Sorry, you told my dogs. Yeah, my dogs are there.
Oh, I love it. But yeah, I mean, the thing that really struck me, especially in that first episode, was the silence. Just the silence around Ish, and how utterly terrifying that would be for anyone that was in that position.
It was like, I knew this was going to be tough. Like, I knew nothing. I don't think anything I ever do. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but like Vikings was physically one of the hardest things every day. And it was such an uncomfortable show. But this, on an emotional level, there was nothing like it, and I don't think there ever will be. I knew it was going to require all of me, but this was next level. And the places I had to go emotionally it was crazy. And what was demanded of me, especially in that first episode, was pretty wild. So I think the way, thank you. I mean, well, I think I so appreciate you saying that. For me, I just think it made it so much easier for me to convey, because that's what I was actually feeling. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, I was the only actor on that set, and it's not like I get time to chat to the crew all the time. We're go, go, go. So I just felt like totally and utterly alone. And when I finally got, lucky, and I finally got another person, like, I felt the way Ish felt. I was like, God,
you can really see that, yeah. And that's exactly the way that you would feel. And that's what makes that scene in Las Vegas with the couple that you meet. I mean, gosh, they're amazing actors as well.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they just blew me away as well.
I just thought it was really interesting that Ish turns his back on that, because that is a very viable reaction as well as his reaction. You could go one of two ways, really. Gosh, it made me think a lot. I mean, did it make you think a lot about your own? I guess like you're a dad. Like, did you think about what it might mean? I mean, that's a hard place to let your brain go to, right?
Yeah, and I have this really weird thing. I think maybe it's a creative thing, and I don't know if it's healthy to think about this all the time, but like, I do go there more often than I probably should. What does it all mean? And that's the beauty in this show, because I think that it might take you there for a second, but then it shows you what it all means. And what it all means is, like, we are here to be with each other, to experience this beautiful world together. And so often in this world right now, we are being divided without even realizing it. And I hope that this show brings us together more and makes people realize the importance of just one another, despite your race, despite your sexuality, despite what you believe or don't believe. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. It just matters that we're together, and we treat each other as you would treat any member of your family.
It feels particularly prescient at the moment, with the world being as divided as it is right now. I mean, what a time for this show to land. It's quite unbelievable, really.
Totally. And I'd be willing to bet there's some strategy behind that's coming out right now, at such an important moment. But I'm just, I count my blessings every day to be a part of something like this. And, I would do it all over again, given the opportunity, because these are the kind of things that make me want to become an actor in the first place, is tell stories like this, that go against the grain, that we haven't seen before, that rely simply on character and story, and that comes first before anything else.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, what a different kind of a role to the ones that as you were talking about, the physicality of your role in Vikings, and then this, which is just a really, really internal kind of performance. How do you kind of jump, like how do you go between those worlds? I guess you train your whole life for that, right, as an actor. But what a gift to be able to step into this role.
The gift of gifts for any actor. I mean, and again, like a lot of my roles, I've just been, I don't know how, it's just I've been very lucky. And in a really crazy turn of fate, my personal life was like parallel with this story. So like my wife was 8.5 months pregnant, just as Emma.
Oh, no way. Wow.
And about to give birth in Austin, Texas. And without giving too much away, when something very pivotal happened to my son in the show, my son was born. And it's like just the craziest things that were happening. I shot this in my hometown of Vancouver, Canada. There were scenes that were like 10 minutes from my high school. I lived with my family. Like it was just like, it was so crazy, this shoot. And I drew from all of it. And my connection to Jessica was so strong, not just as actor. She's phenomenal. And I always told her, I said, this is going to change your life. I mean, people are going to watch her in this and go, holy shit, this woman is just a force. But like my wife is super mom. And she was doing all of this on her own while I was getting to live my dream in Vancouver, and like, wow. And I saw so much of her in Jessica. And I just felt like there was just so many things that I was just like playing off of from my real life that were just naturally finding their place, that it just became a really, really introspective performance for me.
Oh gosh, there's a real synchronicity to that. Like, I don't know, not to sound too woo-woo, but it feels like everything's come at the right time. It's at the right time for you. I mean, a lot of pressure for you, but what an incredible performance.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I dream of this, it's like I remember I prayed as a kid, I prayed for the opportunity to be scared to do a part.
Yeah.
So when I'm finally in it, it's like, like, let's go. This is what you sign up for, dude.
Yeah. Oh gosh. It's like, be careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
Oh, look, well, the show's phenomenal. I can't wait to see more. I need to steel myself for more. But your performance is incredible. Lucky's incredible. Jessica's incredible.
I hope I get to meet your Lucky one day.
He's around somewhere. But it's full disclosure, it's breakfast time. So he's downstairs with my husband and like cruising around waiting for brekkie.
But maybe for the piece, Stan has to fly me to Australia to meet
and meet Lucky.
Lucky, right?
I'll send a photo of Lucky to Stan, and they can send it to you. Awesome. Oh, look, thank you so much for chatting with me, Alexander, and thanks
thank you
for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. See you later.